Welcome, beautiful humans. This is a book review today on Perfect Health. And Perfect Health is by Deepak Chopra, and really this is for my current rooftop yoga students, but this could stand alone, this could be for anybody. So students, people want to figure out how to improve their health, and this is, in my opinion, teaching tens of thousands of students. This is one of the best start points. Perfect Health, a complete mind-body guide by Deepak Chopra. And Deepak, 2001 is when Deepak said to Vera, I love Deepak Chopra. I've been using this book forever. And just a quick review of what's going on here in the back. A decade ago, Deepak Chopra, MD, wrote Perfect Health, the first practical guide to harnessing the healing power of the mind, which became a national bestseller. The book described how breakthroughs in physics and medicine were underscoring the validity of a 5,000-year-old medical system from ancient India known as Ayurveda. That's knowledge of lifespan. That's what it translates, the knowledge of lifespan in Sanskrit. Perfect Health went on to describe how to apply ancient wisdom of Ayurveda to everyday life. And although we experience our bodies as solid, they are in fact more like fires that are constantly being consumed and renewed. We grow new stomach linings every 5 days, our skin new every 5 weeks. Each year, fully 98% of the total number of atoms in our bodies is replaced, and goes on and on. So what I'd like to give you, so it's a review, so I'm not saying it's really like a book club, you have to go read it, which I'd love for you to read. And a more modern version is, this is Sahara Rose, Eat, Feel Fresh, a contemporary plant-based Ayurvedic cookbook. She ties yoga together with Ayurveda, a little bit more modern. This is an older book, old school. So I think both of those are good choices. But here's the take home that I'd like you, viewers, students to understand, because it's a great start point for understanding body, mind, soul, nutrition. So here's where we are. According to Ayurveda, there are 5 elements. So you'll hear about 4 elements in Chinese, maybe even when teaching yoga, the 4 elements. 4 elements here, this is earth, water, fire, and air. But in Ayurveda, there's something called ether, which is in the higher chakras. So you have your 5 elements, and you could write this down, or you can read the book if there's something you really want to go in depth. The 5 elements are ether, air, fire, water, and earth. And everything has these qualities in it. So the way I was trained at the Chopra Center was that before you're born, the gods go and give you a little bit of each. You get a bit of ether, air, fire, water, earth. You have these elemental qualities in your body, and they come in different amounts. So even if you're an identical twin, you'll have different amounts of these in your bodies. So, and then there's something called doshas. There isn't a translation in English for dosha. There are 3 doshas, and the doshas are called, and I'll use the corresponding colors, are called VATA and PITTA and KAPHA. So everyone has this qualities of these 3 doshas of VATA, PITTA, and KAPHA. Now, what I'd like you to do, because it's free and it's easy, if you go to, after this, go to CHOPRA.com, and right in the little corner of the screen, you'll see take dosha quiz. And this will help you understand the qualities about yourself, what you were born with, what's out of balance, and what you can do with your diet, aromas, anything 5 senses to balance your doshas in your body. Anyway, so the person who is the Vata type has a ether and air are the qualities. They're moving, they're cold. It is like it's a quality that when you're out of balance, you tend to anxiety. A-N-X-I-E-T. Anxiety. So it's like your brain, everything's like air moving too much, and you have a tendency to anxiety, and you're in need of calming for that to clear up. If you are a Pitta type, and this is body and mind, it's complex. You could read about it. It's an old system. You have the qualities of fire and some water. And if you are this type, if that's your dominant type, you are, when out of balance, you're prone to anger or hostility. And that heat needs to calm it, to balance it, you need a cooling effect. You need to cool down. And then if you are a KAPHA type, the KAPHA types have the water and the earth qualities in them. And when they are out of balance, they are prone to depression. And I should have said at the beginning, I always tell my students, I am not a doctor. I am never offering medical advice. This is just something I'm telling you about what's in this book. You could read it, take it, believe it, do whatever you want. I'm just giving you a rundown of what this is about and how it can help you today all by yourself for free by taking this dosha quiz. You don't even need to read this book. So the KAPHA, if you're prone to depression, that person, to balance them, needs the uplifting. Uplifting. So these are the 3 doshas. What ends up happening when you do this quiz, you will find that you probably have 2 dominant over, you're not aiming for them to be equal. You're not aiming to have one or the other. They're all fine. They're all different. We all have all of these qualities. But you could find out what you are first by taking this dosha quiz at chopra.com and start playing around with what your tendencies are. And then we'll start talking about yoga postures that could balance this, things that aromatherapy that could balance this, sounds that could balance this, taste, your diet that could balance this, sight, nose, visual, like things like colors that will balance this. And that's it. So do that first, and I think I'll call this part 1 for perfect health and eat, feel fresh. These 2. You don't have to go get them. Look them up. I think this will really help you. So that's your start. Good job. Good luck. Have fun getting to know you. Might be scary.